Hello, welcome to Gaggle.net. My name is Wally Sarkisian. And today we have a special guest, Hambersom Aghbashian. He has a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering, a research and writer, modern Armenian history. Today, the topic, he wrote a book about Armenian in Iraq, and he knows about that. So let's welcome our guest, Mr. Aghbashian. Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome.
So, you're spending lots of time writing books. You wrote some books before. It was about Turkish intellectuals, and now you're writing about Iraq. So tell us about a little bit about your book. And here is his book about Iraq and Armenians and all that stuff.
Good morning, Wally. Thank you very much for hosting me in this program. I'm very glad to be here with you at this time. This book is my fourth book. In fact, my two first books were in English. They were about Turkish intellectuals who recognized the Armenian genocide, and each book got 50 of them. The third book was about Iraqi AGBU history, that is for 100 years. That was in Armenian. And this one now is in Arabic, so that our Arab brothers, let's say, and all the Armenians who can read only Arabic, they can follow this book. This book is about Iraqi Armenians. In fact, the period I am covering is from 1890, that is before the genocide, until current. So almost it covers 130 years. It has 15 chapters. You can find in this book 15 chapters. The first chapter is before the genocide, and then it comes the genocide, after genocide, rebuilding, reestablishing, and then schools, sports, let's say doctors, pharmacists, engineers, scientists, and so on till the end, and even also artists and few Armenians who were, who let's say, have a very high positions outside Iraq now, like Dr. Ara Terzi in England, like Kuruzyan in Armenian, a scientist, and we have three bishops outside, one of them in Paris, and the other in Budapest and Argentina. So let's say the book covers all aspects of life within this period. Of course, it's not 100%, but as much as I could get information, I could collect information. It's 420 pages in Arabic, so it's not easy to read, I know.
Do you have the book? Do you have the book with you?
Yeah, this is the book. And I mean,
I can see it put on the other side. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is the book. This is the back page.
Yeah.
Where my CD is there, and this is the cover. And you can see, I mean, how thick is this book. It's not an easy one to read, but people are reading it, you know.
Have you sold quite a bit?
Yeah. So, in fact, with each small, even small text, I have a photo, so that when somebody is reading about anyone, he knows that he got glasses, he got mustache, is with hair, without hair, so they know. I mean, they will not forget those people about whom they read. Okay?
Yeah, great. This is great.
Yeah.
And so how many of those people in your book are alive or exist in some countries?
Yeah, in fact, the first edition of the book is gone already, and now this is what I'm showing you now. This is the second edition of the book within 4 months. So I didn't expect that. I mean, this will be distributed so let's say quickly, but because everybody, most of the Armenians, they have stories in this book.
Yeah.
Next time you will have also your story in this book.
Yeah, you just don't put me in there, so that's okay. That's good.
Yeah.
So, are there now Armenians still in Baghdad?
Yeah, there are Armenians in Baghdad. In fact, a lot of people, like a lot of Iraqis. I mean, when 5 million Iraqis left Iraq, so you will expect Armenians, Syrians, Kurds, everybody within this 5 million. So Armenians also left there, but there are still thousands of Armenians there, and the whole churches, we have almost 12, 14 churches, they are all working. I mean, still okay. I mean, there are people going there.
So I assume you are in contact with Armenians in Baghdad and other areas. So do they go every day to their business, daily life?
Sorry, I couldn't get your question. It was
Like you writing this book, you must contacted lots of Armenians in Baghdad.
yeah, most of the Armenians are in Baghdad, and also we have Armenians very, let's say, not so many in Basra. In Mosul, there are no Armenians after ISIS went in. So all Armenians left to Erbil, and the Kurdistan cities are more, let's say, safe for them. So there are a lot of Armenians now in Erbil, in the Hawk, and they were from 100 years in Zakho, and still they are there. In Kirkuk, I think also there are not so many, but mostly they are in Baghdad, and now in the north, yeah. And the Kurdistan government are helping them. They build, let's say, few churches for them. One in Erbil, I think, one in the Hawk, and one in Azruk.
Wow. That's good. Like the Kurds doing something good lately, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
By the way, if you remember that small city, let's say, it's a big village, not small one, Habresk, that was built in 1930s, I think, by Levon Levon Pasha, and then it went for many years, and everybody left the place because of bad harvesting year and so on. Now that city or that big village is back again to life, and people are living there now. Most of them, I think, from Baghdad, they went there. They have their, let's say, small businesses there. They are working in the Hawk, that is the nearest big city, and they come and to stay, to reside in Habres. And they have their church now, but no priest. Yeah. So it's again in life. I mean, in life. And you have another village there, Avzrug, if you remember. That's still there, and still the people are there. They will not leave.
that's amazing how you did all this stuff and you find out all those people. But so, did you contacted any of those people?
If you mean contacted them to write the book?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. I mean, anybody in the book, either he is still alive, I contacted him, or his son, his wife, his relatives. Mostly, yeah. I mean, otherwise, because these items, the let's say the texts I have in this book, nothing is copy paste. It's all newly written. So all new, collected information, and I have to collect, write, and put it in a good shape to put in the book. So most of I can say 99% of the items are all new things, are all information people know about Wali, people know about Hambersom, but not about their complete CV. So everybody, knew Dr. Chobanian. Okay, what he did exactly, they didn't know. For example, so I went through to see that he was he established one of the establishing members of University of Baghdad Medicine College, and he was a big doctor, etc., etc. Dr. Asarjan, for example, everybody knows him in Mosul, but they didn't know that he was, beside being a doctor, he was a good writer. He got 5, 6 books. And he was a politician, and he had a good Arab friends and Kurd friends. And so people like them, they were known by everybody, but not with these details. So now they know them by detail. And of course, we have a new generation of doctors, engineers, universities, let's say lecturers. All those people I have tried to collect and put them here. And now after finishing this first, which is 420, as I've said, 420 pages, I'm getting now new, let's say, information. But it's not enough for another, let's say, another book.
So this is version 2, this book.
Yeah. This book was, in fact, it took me 4 years, but one of the advantages, there is advantage in every disadvantage. One of the advantages of COVID, it was that we couldn't move, so we stayed home. I could write this book. And then not only me, the people, our friends in England, they were also at home. So I could contact them to get information. In Canada, in New Zealand, in Australia, everybody was at home. So it was a good time for me, more than 1.5 years, to talk with them, to contact them, because the mail service was there. So we could send things and, let's say, receive mails. So that helped me to finish this book. Otherwise, it will not finish.
Wow.
It couldn't finish, yeah.
So COVID helped somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. So is that what you do nowadays, or you have some other works you do too?
In fact, since I moved to America, I was writing articles. Till now, I write articles in Armenian, in Asparez, Noror, Masis here in LA, and also in Lebanon, that is Zartonk and Astad. That is in Armenian, and in Arabic, I write in Gardenia, Gardenia.com, that is an Arabic website where I write my Arabic articles. And my English articles are shown in academia.education, edu. So if you go to academia.edu, just click Hambersom Aghbashian. My English articles are all there. Yeah.
Wow.
But you know, Wally, this is all free of charge. we are not paid for that.
Oh, I know.
It's a hobby.
I know. We all like that, Nobody pays.
Yeah, you are like you. Yeah, like you.
Yeah. Then on top of it, well, yours at least you write book, but I do lots of critical thinking. People don't like that, and they keep telling me, "Who is paying you to do this?" But yeah. Wow, this is great. It's amazing, So, do you know roughly how many people live in Baghdad?
I think there should be in the range of 6,000 to 8,000 at least.
Oh, really? Well, that's good.
See, but you know what? The problem is not in numbers. The engineers, doctors, mostly the intellectuals, they left the country because they couldn't, let's say, continue.
Yeah.
But there are people. Also, there are doctors, engineers there. But let's say the cream of the society, they were obliged to leave. To leave the country.
Yeah, it was.
They didn't leave because it's a tourism.
Yeah.
After 2030, the situation was not so, let's say, stable. They were afraid, like other people, and some people are good here. Some like to go back home if it's suitable again to go there.
Oh, really? Are you in contact with the Iraqi consulate or something, embassy?
Sorry, what was that?
Are you in contact with?
Yeah, I am in contact with the prelacy. I am in contact with the church. I am in contact with the parish council and all of them.
No.
If not daily, at least once, two in.
No, I'm talking about
friends there.
Iraqi consulate.
Yeah. I am contacting them, and I am getting. Not day by day, but at least week by week, I know what's going there. And sometimes I need some information I get from them, and sometimes they need some information. They ask me if I can help them. So I mean, still people are there, still they are working. The school, you know, the Armenians now, we have again a school. I mean, previously our school was, let's say, nationalized by the government, but now the school is back. It's working again. It's Armenian school. It is within the complex of the church. But still, I mean, we have to understand why there are not so many students there, because there are not so many families. Yeah. But still, let's say the community is there. They are working. They are living. Maybe they are not happy because of the circumstances. They are not so happy, but still they are there, and they are going to stay still, it seems.
So your own family, they're all left the country?
My family, the small family is here, not the extended family. Some of the extended family members are still there, and they are working there, and they don't like to leave. I mean, to leave the country. They are working there. It's okay for them. But my case was special. So, I mean, I worked with Bechtel. If you, I mean, I think you mentioned that one. So we got our business, let's say, at the beginning. It was very good business. We got a company called Altel Company. That was an engineering company. And then my two partners, they left the country. Then I worked with Bechtel, and they moved here to work again with Bechtel. After retirement, I started writing. Yeah, free of charge. So my family are here, small family, but not the extended family. Still, there are people there. In fact, the Armenians, we are a big family. I mean, if we check, then I am very sure you are my cousin, but I don't know in which stage.
Wow, interesting, really, and thank you for taking your time writing those books but are you planning to write it in English?
Sorry again, like the sound.
Are you gonna rewrite this in English? You don't hear me?
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. All right. Well, you know what? I thank you very much.
Thank you again. Yeah.
It was great to talk to you again, and I hope I look forward for your next book. I don't have the copy. If I had the copy, well, I can still read any Arabic, very little, because I forget all. I never use it. But
thank you very much for the hosting and for your time. And Wali, if you can follow in Arabic and you are interested, I can mail you a copy of this book. It's a good one. I will mail you one. Just send me your address, and I will mail you one.
Just one.
Yeah, only one. Sure. The second one will be payable.
Yeah. So great. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate your effort. You're putting these things working. Like my parents, my family, my folks, they were from Bedlis. And for years I was looking, because my dad used to say Khaskertsi, and we couldn't find this. And then finally one day I was interviewing some people, and then they had this very thick book somebody wrote, because in Turkey Ataturk changed all the villages and towns and cities' name. So I find out all the information, where it is, how the Turks changed the name. So writing books are really historical things, and we always have to be thankful for people like you and others who write those books and keep it in front, for next generation to read it and see it. And so I thank you very much for taking your time talking to us today. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Good.